Hello everybody, and welcome to another Trace Parks video. You're probably wondering, why am I sitting in my car? Currently, I am sitting outside of my movie theater, my local movie theater, the one that I work at, and I'm about to go watch Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I only wanted to see this movie because Ryan Reynolds is playing Pikachu and voicing Pikachu, and I thought it'd be hilarious. And I did not expect it to be PG though, because I found out that it was rated PG, and I didn't expect it to be PG. So I was gonna go watch it, but before I go watch it, I was gonna actually announce this. This is a thing that I'm gonna try out because I used to do this like a couple years ago. I reviewed movies, and I put a poll on my Instagram, and not a lot of people wanted me to do this, but I'm doing it anyways because I want to try it out first. So if you like this video, leave a like down below. Comment what movies I should go watch with the new ones, because I will most likely watch the ones that I want to see. Anyways, I wanted to kind of test this out for like a movie review type thing and see if it goes well the first time, and if it goes well the first time, we'll do it again, and I might have more people with me. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm gonna go watch Detective Pikachu, and first, what I'm going to do, like my format, I'm going to kind of explain it right now. So before I watch the movie, I'm going to sit in here, unless I'm with someone else or if I'm doing something, and I'm going to give you my first impression, or what I think is the movie's going to be about, or how it's going to be. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So I honestly don't know what to expect from this. All I really know is that it's like this kid. I have IMDb on my phone, but this kid loses his dad or something, and like something with Pikachu becoming a detective and trying to find his dad, I'm guessing. If that's what happens, then I probably spoiled it for y'all, but that's what I heard. And I know there's a bunch of Pokemon in it, and when you go at our theater and buy to watch it, but you get Pokemon cards when you go watch the film and whatnot at the theater. And I thought that was pretty cool, because you can either get a Pikachu card or another Pokemon card. I just heard that there was a bunch of Pokemon in this movie, so I don't know what to expect other than that. The movie starts in like 20 minutes, so I'm probably gonna go in there and get ready, and so I'll see you guys out here in like 2 hours, and I'll go over everything, and like maybe spoilers, I don't know, but I'll tell you what I thought about it, what I didn't like, what I liked, all that stuff when I get back in 2 hours. So I'll be right back.
2 hours later.
Alright, so I just got back. It's already 6:43. I went in there at like 4:10, so it's been like 2 hours now. And I just watched Pokemon Detective Pikachu. It was definitely interesting. I know that definitely not what I expected. I said that the whole thing about the dad and stuff, I was really close. I think I saw something on the internet about it, and it wasn't when the movie came out. I just saw what was like somebody put like somebody's dad and something like that and junk, and that's all I knew about it. I'm trying not to give away so many spoilers, because I might go into a spoiler section where I talk about the movie at some point. Mostly, it was interesting. Ryan Reynolds was pretty good. It definitely was a typical kids film. I'll say that. I liked it. It was a little bit better than what I expected, because I thought it was gonna be like one of those generic CGI, like Pokemon, well, not just Pokemon, but kids films that was like, oh, we're just doing it for money and not just to entertain people. But it was pretty different. I will say this movie had like so many twists in it. It's ridiculous. Like I kid you not, there was so many twists in it. It's probably about three or four, and I'll probably explain those in a minute, but that was the only takeaway, because like that was a lot, there was a lot of twists in it. And John, anyways, the things I liked about it, I liked how they tried to include most of the Pokemon, or not, if not all of them. It was pretty cool how they had all of them, and like them making all noise. It seemed real in a sense, but it was kind of cool, like, because they had all the real Pokemon in a sense, and it made it seem real, like I said. The takeaway is how many twists there were. At some point when you're in the middle of the movie, when I explain it, it gets super, like, confusing at sometimes, because there's like two twists at the very end that confused me a little bit, and then the end of it like just confirmed what that meant, and I understood after that. But like it took me a while to figure out what was going on. When it comes to movies, I'm not fast to understand the movie, so it's whatever. But those were the only two things that really I took away from it. That was like a bad thing about it. The acting was good. The movie itself was okay. I thought it was a good film for kids. I think a lot of kids would enjoy it. For my age, I'm only, obviously, I'm only 18. I'm just a teenager. It's okay. If you're a fan of Pokemon, that's the difference. If you're a fan of Pokemon, you would love this movie because I used to be a fan of Pokemon when I was in third grade up until fifth grade, and I loved it. I loved like all the powers that they had, all the abilities that the animals had, like catching them, and I had all the games and stuff. And my brother used to be a big fan of it, and so I definitely, the little kid in me, kind of liked it a lot. I enjoyed it because my third grade self was like, "Holy crap, this is amazing." Because I knew some of the Pokemon in it that were spread throughout, and I was like, oh, I remember that one when I have some experience of this, this, and this, and like it was kind of cool to remember that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about not spoiling anything so far. So if I'll rate it at the very end, but overall, I think it was an okay film, and I think it would be good for Pokemon fans and for little kids. So here we go. We're going to get into the spoilers. If you don't want to watch this part, just skip to the end. I don't know where. I'll try to find... What was that weird noise? I'll try to find where I stop talking about this stuff, and you can skip to that part. And yeah, so here we go. So pretty much, like I said at the beginning, so pretty much it starts out like I said with the whole dad thing where, the dad's like dead, they think he's dead and all this junk, and the son is like trying to look for him, not really trying to look for him. I thought that was what it was going to be, like where he's going to try to look for him. It actually was his son didn't care about his dad because he thought his dad was too like into Pokemon and his work, and he didn't care about his kids. And you come to find out because Justice Smith is the main guy, like the main human person, besides Pikachu, obviously, in the film. And what was one of the twists in the thing was that Ryan Reynolds is actually in the film, which I did not know that. I thought it was just staying as Pikachu. But one of the twists in the film is that Ryan Reynolds' body, as his dad, was stuck in Pikachu the whole entire time. And it was so weird. I was like, okay. They don't talk. I mean, it explains why only one talks, and that kind of stuff. But that was kind of cool. Like, he showed up as the dad, and I was like, I didn't expect that at all, so it's kind of different. The next plot was like, oh, like, plot twist was like, there's a guy who's like some Clifford guy, and he, like, created this whole thing where Pokemon and, like, humans can, like, be as one or something. And at first he seems like this nice dude that wants to like help Tim, which is Justice Smith's character, and all this junk, and then come to find out that all he wants to do is take over the most powerful Pokemon in the world, Mewtwo, which is also in the film, which I did not expect at all. When I saw him at first, I was like, oh wow, this is gonna be different because Mewtwo is like one of the most powerful Pokemon ever. So the guy like wanted to turn into Mewtwo and like take over the world and like make all the humans turn into Pokemon and all this stuff, and it was kind of crazy and it was weird to me because like they won't be able to talk and just making noises. That's all they're doing. That part was kind of weird to me, but other than that, that was one of the plot things. I said there was like 3 or 4. Oh, there was another one. Yeah, turns out so. Basically, there's his son acts like the evil guy throughout the whole film, but you find out that it's just the Pokemon Ditto, like, portraying him the whole time, and really his son's been, like, trapped in the closet, tied up, and he's actually a good dude. It's like, all over the place, and there's only 3. I thought there was 3 or 4. That's a lot. It was a lot of stuff, like, it threw you off, like, a loop back and forth and back and forth, and it was insane. Pikachu almost dies, which I think is even more weirder, how they're trying to make it adult, I guess. They literally, like, almost kill Pikachu, which is really his dad. But you noticed throughout the whole film that Justice Smith, like, doesn't care about his dad or care about Pikachu at first until it keeps slowly caring about him. So that was kind of cool. Typical, story stuff. The guy who doesn't care turns out to actually care about the person. And there's some news reporter lady played by Catherine Newton who he gets attracted to, and she is actually attractive, and so it makes a lot of sense. I definitely recommend watching this movie. The only really key points is that they go to, like, some garden to find out where the whole movie, legitimately the whole movie, and this will take away from the whole thing, the whole movie is Tim with Pikachu trying to find where his dad is and what his dad did, and they're trying to figure out was Mewtwo a good guy, a bad guy? Did he actually try to kill somebody? Did he try to save our lives? Or all this junk, and it starts throwing this crap at you, like, holy crap, there's, like, a lot of stuff, like, it gets really confusing sometimes. In the end, and that also just made me realize, like, oh, where did his dad go, all this stuff. But Mewtwo, like, erased Pikachu's memories, so the dad wouldn't know that he got put in the body of Pikachu. He thinks that's all he knows is being Pikachu. It's really confusing sometimes. And I would say if only Pokemon fans would understand, but I don't even know if this goes along the lines of Pokemon, but they were associated, the film was, the Pokemon company was associated with it, so they must have, like, help them write it or something. They would have had to. It's kind of like the Marvel films. People who wrote the comics or people that know them would have to know what to put in it, or they want to just make up what they want. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just Justice Smith and Pikachu trying to figure out what happened to his dad, who either gets murdered or saved by Mewtwo. Ultimately, we find out that he gets saved by Mewtwo. And it wasn't all bad. They make it look bad at the beginning, but really, it wasn't. Mewtwo just saved their life, and that was it. That was pretty much it. We thought it was scary, but it wasn't. I walked in the theater. I think I'm done with spoilers now, so I'm back now from not talking about the film. I walked in the theater, and it was funny because I thought I was going to be one of the only people in there. It was quite funny to see an 18-year-old guy in there by himself. There was, like, a couple behind me, and then there was, like, a bunch of kids, like, little kids and their parents were there, which I thought was even more funny. So I was literally the only teenager in the theater, but there was a couple behind me, but that didn't matter. I was, like, the only teenager in the theater, which doesn't matter. I wanted to see the movie because I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, this should be funny, and I thought Ryan Reynolds was gonna act like Deadpool or something as Pikachu, like the way his comedy is or something. I don't know why, but that definitely was not the case. If you watch this film, it's definitely a kid's film. Definitely did not think that they would make it a kid's film, but then again, if the Pokemon company probably would have never made that happen. If they probably would have never made it a rated R, because their stuff's tailored towards kids. So, I mean, it only makes sense. That was my take on Pokemon, Detective Pikachu. And if I had to give it a 0 out of 10, like a scale of 0 to 10, not 0 out of 10, I probably would give this movie a 6.5, just on the fact that, like, it entertained me, but I was into it, but I wasn't as into it because, for one, I'm not a fan of Pokemon, so. But I give it a 6.5 because it entertained me, and it looked fine enough to me as long as you have fun in a movie, that's all I really care about. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. And if you've seen this movie, if you want to see this movie, well, most likely if you've seen this movie, leave a comment down below and tell me what you thought about it. If you want to see this movie, I recommend watching it. Did not expect to say that I would recommend watching it, but it's not bad of a film. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. So, That's it for the first one in a while. If you enjoyed this video, this movie review video, leave a like down below. Comment what movie I should watch next, like any classic ones or anything. Or I'm just the newer ones I'm just gonna watch on my own self, whatever. Subscribe to the Trace Parks channel. I should be coming out with a vlog series at some point in July, maybe. I'm not sure if I'm still gonna do that. Y'all will see that though. I think I might go watch a movie before then, so you'll see that video. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is a first movie review by me, so hope you enjoyed that. My name is Trace Parks, and I'll see you guys in the next Trace Parks video. Bye-bye.